Hello everyone. In this video, you will learn how to determine the number of solar cells connected in series and parallel for the given power requirement. The sun is the main and natural source of energy for our earth. Every day, it gives huge amount of energy in the form of light and heat. Solar energy does not require any fuel. Unlike coal, oil or gas, which will finish one day, solar energy will never get exhausted. So, it is known as renewable energy source. It is also a clean source of energy because it does not produce any smoke, harmful gas or pollution like coal or petrol. Solar energy can be used in two ways. First is solar thermal energy, where heat from the sun is used for heating water, cooking food and drying clothes. Also used in devices such as solar cookers and solar water heaters. The second is solar electrical energy, where sunlight is directly converted into electricity using solar cells. What is a solar cell? A solar cell is a photovoltaic cell that directly converts light energy into electric energy. A single solar cell can produce 0.5 to 0.6 volt and current rating of 0.5 to 1 ampere depending on its size. Since single solar cell can produce only small amount of power, many cells are connected together to form a solar panel. Solar cells are made up of semiconductor material, most commonly silicon, because silicon has highly efficient in absorbing sunlight and converting it into electricity. How a solar cell works? A solar cell consists of two layers, an N-type layer that has a majority of electrons as negative charge carriers and P-type layer that has a majority of holes as positive charge carriers. These two layers are separated by a junction or region called p-n junction or depletion region. At the junction or depletion region, a minority carriers such as electrons in the p-type material and holes in the n-type material attracts towards each other because opposite charges attracts. This creates an electric field at the junction. When sunlight hits the p-n junction or depletion region of the solar cell, it gives energy to the neutral atoms, producing free electron hole pairs. These free electrons moves towards n-type layer and holes to the p-type layer due to the existing electric field present in the p-n junction. When an external circuit or load is connected between p side and n side, the electron will flow through the circuit to recombine with holes. This flow of electron is called electric current. Solar cells produce only DC power because the p-n junction allows the electron to flow in only one direction, unlike an AC generator that continuously reverses the flow. Since single solar cells gives only small amount of voltage and current, many cells are grouped together to get an required output power. This grouping can be done by connecting the solar cells in series or in parallel or in the combination of series and parallel. Series connection of solar cell. In series connection, positive terminal of the first solar cell is connected to the negative terminal of the second solar cell, and positive terminal of the second solar cell is connected to the negative terminal of the third cell, and so on. In this series connection, voltage of each cell adds up, but the current remains the same as one cell. This series connection is used when we require higher voltage. Parallel connection of solar cells. In parallel connection, all the positive terminals are connected together and all negative terminals are connected together. In this parallel connection, current rating of each cell adds up, but the voltage remains the same as one cell. This parallel connection is used when we require higher current ratings. Now, let us discuss the series connection of solar cells with an example. In the given picture, 3 solar cells are connected in series. Each solar cell can produce 0.5 volt with 1 ampere. Always remember, in series circuit, voltage adds up and current remains constant. Therefore, the total output voltage is 1.5 volts and the current is 1 ampere. This shows by adding more similar rated solar cells in series, you can increase the voltage rating to get the desired output. The total output power is calculated by multiplying voltage and current. Here 1.5 volt is multiplied by 1 ampere, which equals 1.5 watts. So, when these three solar panels are connected in series, their combined output power is 1.5 watts. In a series connection of solar cells, the order of connection should not be changed. Interchanging any of the cell's terminal can disrupt the flow of current and may damage the solar cells or reduce its efficiency. Never connect the positive and negative terminal of the same solar cell directly, as it can cause short circuit and damage the cells. Now, let us discuss what happens if different rating of solar cells are connected in series. In the given picture, the first cell can produce 0.4 volt and 0.6 ampere. The second cell can produce 0.5 volt and 0.8 ampere, and third cell can produce 0.6 volt and 1 ampere. When these solar cells are connected in series, the voltage adds up, but the current is limited to the lowest current value among all the cells. Therefore, the total voltage is 1.5 volt and the current is restricted to 0.6 ampere of the first cell, which is the lowest current value. So, the output of this series connection gives 1.5 volts and 0.6 amperes, which is equal to 0.9 watts. If each cell had delivered its own maximum power, we would have got the total power of 1.63 watts. This means that due to mismatching in current rating, about 0.73 watts of power was lost. This shows that when connecting different ratings of solar cell in series can reduce the efficiency of the system. Now, let us discuss the parallel connection of solar cells with an example. In the given picture, three solar cells of equal rating are connected in parallel. Each cell can produce 0.5 volt with 1 ampere. When these solar cells are connected in this way, the voltage remains same, but the current adds up. Therefore, the total voltage of this system is 0.5 volts and the total current is 3 ampere. So, the total output power of three solar cells connected in parallel is 1.5 watts. Caution: in the parallel connection of solar cell, if any of the terminals are interchanged, it can cause short circuit and damage the solar cells. Now, let us discuss what happens if different rating of solar cells are connected in parallel. In the given picture, the first solar cell produces 0.4 volt and 0.6 ampere. The second cell produces 0.5 volts and 0.8 amperes, and the third cell produces 0.6 volts and 1 ampere. When these solar cells are connected in parallel, the current ratings are additive, but the voltage will adopt the lowest voltage rating among the cells. So, the total current rating of the system is 2.4 amps and the voltage is 0.4 volts, as it adopts the voltage of the first cell, which has the lowest voltage rating among all the cells. So, total power is 0.4 volts multiplied by 2.4 amps, which is equal to 0.96 watt. In this parallel connection, the total possible power of the three cells is 1.24 watts. But since the system adopts the lowest voltage of 0.4 volts, the actual output power is only 0.96 watts. This means about 0.28 watts of power is wasted due to the mismatch in solar cell ratings. Now, let us discuss how to connect the solar cells in series parallel combinations to get the desired output. Assume we have 6 solar cells, each producing 0.8 volts and 0.9 amperes. By connecting 3 cells in series, we obtain 2.4 volts and 0.9 amperes. If we make 2 such series sets and connect them in parallel, the voltage remains 2.4 volts but the current doubles to 1.8 amperes. Thus, the total output of this combination is 2.4 volts 1.8 amperes, which is equal to 4.32 watts. We can also connect the same 6 solar cells in different configuration. By connecting 2 solar cells in series, we obtain 1.6 volts and 0.9 amperes. If we form 3 such branches and connect them in parallel, the voltage remains 1.6 volts while the current increases to 2.7 amperes. The total output of this combination is 1.6 volts, 2.7 amperes, which is equal to 4.32 watts. So far in this video, we have discussed how to determine the number of solar cells connected in series and parallel for the given power requirement. Thanks for watching.